right, welcome to Comic Confidential, a pop culture podcast. Today we're talking all things Fantastic Beasts 2, the crimes of Johnny Depp. Plus we're going to talk a couple of things that we're digging this week.
Yeah.
This week I'm joined by Troy Spinner.
That's me.
And a very familiar voice. Some may know this lady from Potterheads. Some may know her as the ghost of
Christmas Past.
Comic Confidential Past. And that's Amy Patterson.
That's me. Sounded more like Adam Patterson.
Hey,
Wow.
this guy.
Hello.
What up? What up, Adam?
Welcome to the crew. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so you're a bit sick.
A little
Just
bit.
get that out of the way.
So I apologise if I have to do the... Oh, my God. Do you know that... What does he sing? Chocolate rain. And he like...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's going to be me this
that's
week.
Classic YouTube, Troy.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've never gone deep into the YouTube rabbit
You're
hole.
missing out.
So.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to it later.
Oh, please do.
2004 is calling you, Troy.
wow.
He was
Anyway.
like one of the pioneers of like, what is it, like YouTube, what do they call it?
The like first viral
Yeah,
video type
that's
things?
it. Like he was like one of the first viral things to go out. It was even on South Park and everything.
He was.
Cool. It sounds really good.
You'll
but
love
yes, please send me one of those links that you kids always talk about. That'd be great.
Might make it the intro music for this week's episode.
Excellent.
Yeah, we are going to talk Fantastic Beasts 2 a little bit later than we normally would, but we did want to wait till we could get all together.
That's it.
So we'd have somewhat of what I would like to call an expert opinion and not just two sweaty boys
Two
just
sweaty
sitting here
boys getting
trying
sweaty.
to figure out what the hell's going on with this
dear.
Fantastic Beasts
Over
thing.
some of that super sexual tension of Dumbledore.
Ooh, yeah.
Boy,
we'll get into that.
Damn.
Hey.
Anyway,
Are we on the same
I
wavelength
think
here?
so. I think so. So, hey, buddy, what are you digging?
What am I digging this week?
Yeah.
Oh, Troy, I'm like on my last home run stretch of the boys. I've been reading some comics this week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's new.
Yeah, absolutely.
read?
I read. So I found a great excuse to read my comics.
Right.
I read them to my daughter.
Oh, that's
nice.
cute.
Yeah, so she's loving the boys.
Is she? Excellent. That's something you should watch out for
Yeah.
later.
When she's older, no to that.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah. So I have one edition left.
Yep.
So it's like kind of the aftermath of everything that's happened.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, damn, that was very good.
Excellent.
Big twist in it that I did not see coming.
Nice.
And have you...
No, I haven't read past volume 3, I think.
Okay.
Or volume
Well,
2, maybe.
I won't say too much, but holy moly. And I also got chastised for last week's episode.
Why? What'd you do?
Well, we had the Sanspants boys
Said
on.
something stupid?
Well, that's just
Because I wasn't
a given.
here to keep you in line,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be surprised.
I forgot to mention it was episode 150.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Big
so
deal.
That was a big deal, and I just didn't care about it, apparently. Just raising the bat from 151.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Well,
That's the real MVP.
Well, look,
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, if schedules had have aligned, we would have been doing this episode last week for 150, and we
Yeah.
would have all been together, and it would have been a celebration.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, it would have been special and all that sort of stuff. But
So last week was 149.5. Take it that way.
yeah, right. So this,
Happy 150, everyone.
yay, that's great. What else are you digging? That it? Is that all you
Oh,
got?
I've also started my tirade into Titans.
Okay.
So
Your number 5 show of 2018.
Absolutely.
That you haven't actually seen, but that's
didn't I
good.
make it number 1? I'm pretty sure I made it number
it was
1.
your number 1.
Yeah.
It was my number 5.
Yeah. Criminally low.
How many episodes are out? All of them yet?
7 or
Is it
8.
7?
It's 8, actually, I think.
I'm not watching until all of them are out.
Oh, Amy, it's so good you'll binge it. So
Yeah, I will.
I was up really late last night doing some work.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chuck it on. And I got no work done because I was watching Titans.
Yeah.
I watched up to episode 3 and I'm like, I think I just started episode 4.
You make me so mad
Oh,
sometimes.
it's so good. It's so good, Troy. This show,
fury.
Yes, and I am up to date.
hey, it's not a competition of where you're up to, mate. It's about how much you enjoy it.
Look,
and I enjoy it very, very
You
much.
enjoy it more than any other show in 2018. We get it. It's great.
And I also started my journey into Young Justice.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yes.
And
The
it's
TV
about goddamn time.
Yeah, like
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I've never really got into it, watched it at all.
Yep.
It's great. I mean, I only got halfway through the first episode because of babies and stuff.
Yeah.
But, this is
Life,
life.
you know.
Just random babies.
But,
just not even yours.
Just one I
Yeah,
found.
just like
Knocking
one
on your
crawled in the
door.
door.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to give it to the baby appeal? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, baby.
Yeah.
And then you kicked it. No, too
Whoa.
far.
Oh, Amy.
No.
Amy.
We never
I
talk
threw
about
it.
kicking babies.
I threw it. God.
No feet.
We dropped kicking baby talk. Ooh, that was
We dropped that a long
20
time
or 30 episodes ago, mate.
I'm just reminiscing.
You got to catch up.
So, I'm like onto that because that's a good little show that I found out was only like 20-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so easy to just to binge through.
Yeah.
So first 2 seasons are on Netflix, which is great.
Yes.
Season 3 is on its way. They just dropped the trailer yesterday, day before. Depends on when this goes. Can't remember what day it is. It's like a Saturday or something, or is it Sunday?
It's
Who knows?
It's Sunday.
It is
It's
Sunday. So it came out a few days ago. It looks great too. So pretty
Can't
keen.
wait.
Pretty keen.
Can't watch it because it'll probably give me spoilers for the previous 2 seasons.
Oh, definitely don't. Yeah, because it does.
Steering
Season 2
clear.
does end on a bit of a cliffhanger.
on a high note.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out for it. It's coming.
Okay.
Amy?
What have I been digging this week?
Yeah, mate.
I'm a bit late to the game too, not in terms of Titans because I'm not watching that till they're all out.
Yep.
But I just watched literally every episode of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, nice.
Ah.
I'm about
Like-
halfway through.
Oh my God. I watched it in 2 days.
Is
Oh,
it that
really?
good?
Yeah, I was loving it, and I was very hesitant to put it on because I was home by myself because Reese was away for work. And then I watched the first episode, and I stopped, and I was like, Reese must be home to watch this.
Yep.
And then we literally 10 hours over 2 days, we watched the entire season.
Wow.
Damn.
It was amazing.
You became one with the couch.
With the bed actually because our TV blew up. But
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Likes.
Farewell
One
content.
like equals one prayer, you guys.
it's just like the little cry face
Yeah.
and everything. I cry every time. But yeah, that's what I'm digging. And I think I saw, because I do this thing where I watch a TV show and then I get on Instagram and I have to follow everyone.
Yeah.
I went through a
in the
stage
TV
like
show.
that.
Just in case like some little tidbit of information comes out from one of them. And the lady who, Lucy Davis, I think her name might be, who plays one of Sabrina's aunts.
Yeah.
is like posted a photo of her on set. I'm like, yes,
Nice.
the next season's coming.
Yeah, well, they're actually bringing out the Christmas special,
Oh.
the Midwinter's Tale, I think it's called, which they're bringing out in time for Christmas. So you'll have the season, then you'll have the Christmas special, then it'll roll into season 2, which will come out sometime next year.
Did you hear that the Sabrina TV show is getting sued by a satanic religious group?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because apparently,
God.
because I haven't seen the show, but apparently there's a scene or it's got a theme running through it where it's a satanic cult.
Sort of,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You don't want to give away too much, but yeah.
So without giving away too much, apparently they use some imagery from an actual satanic cult religion without, I guess, and I'm saying in bunny ears, permission, because it's not like Jesus is going to come down and sue you, but the
Smite
devil
you.
might.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently they are in a little bit of a court case about the use of some devil imagery.
Oh my God.
Makes me wonder how.
That's fine. Everyone's allowed their day in court, you
Yeah.
guys. More power to them.
But it makes me wonder how people find out about this stuff. Like someone in that cult or whatever was like, hey, that's my photo from the 2000s.
Yeah,
Like,
I took that at Devil Camp 2017. God damn it!
hashtag best year of my life.
Yeah,
Hashtag devil camp.
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's
very
pretty
weird.
strange. But hey, look, good luck to them. I hope they do well.
Live long and prosper.
I don't actually know. I have also been watching Sabrina. I haven't. I got about 5 episodes in, and I only stopped because I could only watch because I was just busy, so I could only really watch an episode a night. And I really wanted to get into it, so I'm kind of putting it off until pretty much now because I'm kind of free now for the next couple of weeks, so I can get right into it. I did watch Narcos Mexico. Knocked that out.
I want to get onto Narcos again because I watched the first 2 seasons where it's all about Pablo.
Yeah.
But now that it rolled into a season after that,
Yeah.
and now it's into the Mexican one.
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah.
check this out. I've only seen 1 episode of Narcos.
Really?
Yep.
And is it the one
What?
you just watched?
No, it was like the first episode of season 1. And I'm
I've
like,
only ever seen that too, and I've never watched anything else.
and I'm like, hey,
But I know the hype on it.
yeah, it's pretty good. And it's like, brand new season. Don't need to know anything about any of the others.
Okay.
Excellent. I love
And
them.
just jump right in and away you go. It's not too bad. It's a bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
But it's really well done. It's put
Who's
together well.
the actor that's in that's like kind of headlining that? Lewis
from Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
I love that guy.
And Diego Luna from Star Wars, Rogue One.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you
Cassian
go.
Andor.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good cast.
How is it with him not being comedic in it? Does he have the drama chops?
Look, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
The thing with Narcos Mexico, surprise, surprise, is that it's mostly in like Spanish.
Well, that's
Right.
how the whole Narcos TV show really was.
Is
anyway.
it really?
Yeah.
So even like, it's in Colombian,
Yep.
Spanish, and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Yeah.
That's
well,
good. I like that.
Yeah, well, I guess the only real sort of English you get is when the American characters are kind
Yes.
of interacting with each other. Otherwise, it is, it's heavily subtitled. It is what it is, but it's really good. He does really well. You can't help but just look at his face though sometimes and just go,
Say something funny.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it. He just doesn't. But yeah.
There should be a scene of him being interrogated, tied up, and is like, say something funny.
No, it should be like him just recapping at the end of the season, because I've got one episode left. So he just recaps the entire thing as Lewis from Ant-Man.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Which would be pretty good.
In one breath.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been checking out that. I am digging Sabrina, but I do want to binge that.
Oh, it was great.
So I have kind of put that off. And I guess the biggest other thing for me is I've been getting into some comic books because we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
All the sales,
All the
baby.
sales.
I got
baby.
so many emails that weekend.
How many
Holy-
unsubscribes did you do?
Everything.
Yeah.
Every
Makes you
email I
realize
got.
how much shit you subscribe to, doesn't it?
I just won that 10% off my first order.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Well, Comixology had some massive sales.
Okay.
Over that whole sort of 4-day period.
So you went shopping.
I went shopping, and unfortunately, as much as I would love to buy real, proper comics, it's too goddamn hot outside, and
I don't leave my home.
We don't really have a comic book store in Cairns anymore.
No, we don't.
which is pretty sad. But
Well, if you went out more, Troy,
well,
just
if
because it wasn't
so
hot.
I would. But so I went on a mad shopping spree and bought a whole bunch of stuff. I can't even. I don't know. I got. I think I've got volume 8 and 9 to go of Saga. So I'm deep into that, which I'm very disappointed didn't get a mention last week, by the way, for comic books that deserve a TV show.
Well, didn't you say it's already getting one?
No.
Or a movie?
No.
Oh.
Just in his
Guess
mind.
it didn't make the cut.
Oh.
I guess if you're available, mate, you could have...
I'm so glad, though, that Injustice got a mention.
Oh, yeah. That's a good comic.
And so that Paper Girls I've started as well, which is also by Brian K. Vaughan, I think. Yep.
I'm
Heaps
disagreeing
of
with
stuff.
you.
Chew. I got way more into Chew, which
What's
is good.
Chew?
Chew is I've mentioned it once on the show before. So it's basically about a detective that has this thing where it's kind of like a psychic connection to food.
Oh, yeah. You
So
told
if
me
he
this,
eats, if he eats something, then he can kind of see the entire history of that thing that he's eaten.
Wow.
So he struggles to eat. Because everything, like even if it's just an apple, he sees the entire life of that apple. So what happens is he becomes like this kind of like he's already a detective or whatever.
Becomes Detective Cannibal.
Detective cannibal, and he actually has to eat parts of dead bodies to find out to kind of be able to solve the crime. So it might be like a toe here or a finger there, or something like that.
Like, couldn't it just be like a slither?
Just lick it. What if he just licked it a little bit?
And I guess like if like some dead skin, like
Yeah.
that's enough. Like what
Is it?
what qualifies?
What
I
about
don't-
sweat?
Yeah,
I don't know how the powers work, you guys.
I feel like there's
I'm sure-
other ways he could do
Look,
this.
I'm sure they were in the writer's room and they were like, hey, what if he just licks them? And it's like, well, that's not going to be cool
yeah.
enough. It's like, this guy's going to be
Gotta
licking
eat
dead bodies. That's weird.
He's got to eat
It's
it.
not
So
very
it's-
scientific, is it?
Yeah.
Licking them.
So instead, it's like
It's just
decomposed
weird.
toes and whatnot. But yeah, so heaps of stuff going down, which I'm reading, but I just want to give a special mention to Saga, which I've got 2 volumes to go. I'm so goddamn keen. And it's, you guys should read it.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
What?
where do you find Fantastic Beasts?
In my suitcase.
Yeah, but where do you find them the second time around?
Same place.
Same
In the
place.
suitcase. That's right. Yeah. So this week, or actually, it came out a couple of weeks ago. When did it come out? It was
Was
like
it?
we said it was the 22nd of
22nd?
November.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Well, that's not that long ago.
Well, like I said at the top of the show, we did put this off a little bit so we could align our schedules and get us all in here talking about this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Grindelwald.
Or Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp,
Basically. It's just...
It's just his real life.
I'm surprised they fit all the crimes of Johnny Depp into a 2.5 hour movie.
And no dogs. There were no dogs.
There were no illegally brought in dogs at all. So we are going to break this movie down. It's been received kind of mixed, I guess you could say. But Amy, before we get too much further, why don't you tell us what this movie's about?
All right, here we go. Adam Patterson on the mic.
Adam, take it away.
In an effort to thwart Johnny Depp's plans of raising pureblood wizards to rule over all non-magical beings, Albus Dumbledore, aka Hot Jude Law, enlists his former student Newt Scamander, who agrees to help, unaware of the dangers that lie ahead. Lines are drawn as love and loyalty are tested in an increasingly divided wizarding world. Wizarding? I nearly got there. Wizarding world.
You did better than Cade normally would, so that's something. Can we all just... say though now that Hot Jude Law is basically just Jude Law because Jude Law is hot all the time.
Yeah.
But
I
he
don't
had
know
a
why.
beard.
It's even hotter.
Yeah. He's got like another 10 sexy points. He's 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
Definitely
At
would
least
bang.
certified hot.
It's a shame that in the course of over the next 20 years or whatever it is, he becomes the oldest man on the planet.
Hot old Dumbledore, maybe.
No,
okay, it'll
Amy,
never work. I'm sorry.
Let's retcon it.
Let's. All right, so obviously starring Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, Catherine Waterston as Tina Goldstein, Dan Fogler as Jacob Kowalski, Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore, and Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald. Directed by David Yates with a runtime of 134 minutes. Cade, how much money has this goddamn movie made?
So, on its opening weekend, it's made $62 million. Currently sits at a domestic total of $123 million, with a worldwide total of a staggering $467 million, all from a budget of $200 million.
So it's made some money.
It's made some money.
We are definitely getting a Fantastic Beasts 3 and Where to Find Them in the case.
We're getting
definitely in the case.
5 movies.
Is it 5?
Oh,
It's 5 movies.
I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
I thought it was going to be a trilogy.
No, 5.
Damn.
oh my gosh.
So strap yourselves in for more suitcase action.
Oh,
Because how long is left between when this happened and when Harry Potter happens?
So this is in the 1920s. I think the final era of this is 1945.
Okay.
So we've still got like 20 years.
Yeah, right.
okay.
of
Interesting.
Grindelwald.
Yeah.
And then we don't come back until the 90s.
I've
Yeah.
got some
Harry
questions.
Potter. Yeah, oh yeah, go.
So, that's not a bad thing. I just don't understand what the hell's happening in this.
You
goddamn
didn't
movie.
even remember the first 5 minutes,
I
20
was-
minutes of the film.
I was sitting there watching this, and we're recording this on the Sunday that the episode goes out. I watched this the day before, and for the entire first 20 minutes of the movie, I was just like, "What? Who's that? Like, who's that
Why
guy
is
now?
Johnny Depp on the
Why are we
screen?"
doing this?" Because I could not remember the first movie, but I got there in the end.
You did.
Cade, we spoke about critical reception a little bit before. How's it going?
Yes. So this is it's a little bit mixed here. So Rotten Tomatoes has it at 40% rotten,
Yeah.
with an audience score at 64%.
Okay.
Meanwhile, IMDb does give it a nice 7 out of 10, and Metacritic has it at 53.
So it's kind of like split down the middle.
It is.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do a very quick non-spoiler how we all thought it was, and then we'll get into the real talk because it has been out for a little while. So, I'd assume people who want to see this movie have seen it.
Yep.
But for the people that haven't, that might be kind of on the edge of their seats waiting to hear what we think about whether they should go and spend their money. Amy, what do you reckon? What do you think?
I think everyone should definitely go and see it.
Right.
Purely for the fact that it opens up so many questions. Some people hate that, but I loved it. The
Right.
fact that I then had to go. So, having read all of the Harry Potter books
Oh,
many, many
Okay,
times,
nerd.
right? The movie made me then question things and go back and be like, when the fuck did that happen? Like, what's this? And then I had to go back and immerse yourself back in the wizarding world, and it's like all fresh.
so does it fit though? Like she's not trying to retcon
No.
canon?
Some people have said she is purely, and when we get into a little bit more spoiler talk, maybe
Yep.
we can bring that up. But I don't think so. I feel like everything fits from the brief sort of, because I only watched it yesterday too, so it will be fresh in my mind for today. Also, I've been confined to my house for like a week and a half.
Yeah, because you're like patient zero basically right now.
Yeah, that's right. But so then I did like some very quick sort of study last night after I watched it, or yesterday afternoon. And then, I was like, wow, this all does work. This wonderful, crazy woman. How do you do this 20,000 years later? 20 years later, but
Yeah.
So what's interesting about it is that JK Rowling was actually the screenwriter for this movie.
Which she needed to be. Always needed to be. You could never do something like this without her.
You reckon? Because I thought some of the dialogue in this movie was pure dog shit. Like it was said like you would read it in a book, which isn't how a movie should be written.
Yeah.
Because I know there was a couple of scenes where there seemed to be exposition done in very, very weird ways, where it wasn't kind of done organically where it needs to happen in a movie, because you haven't got 20 pages to flush that character out.
Yeah.
Where she tried to do that a little bit with some of these characters. So I thought that was a little bit weird, some of the dialogue throughout the movie. But yeah, like you said, she does kind of make you have more questions than answers in this movie, which is good considering that this is going to be a 5-movie franchise.
Well, that's right. And just imagine if the Harry Potter world weren't books, like you'd never read a book, the ending of one of those movies, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now we don't know what she's doing. We only know sort of what we've seen and what we know happens, forever later.
Yeah.
So it's trying to fill in that gap with.
So now we're all like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
At the end of these movies.
Exactly.
I feel like this is what it's like when you watch Game of Thrones and you get into the new seasons where there's no books written.
Yeah. It's kind of like, that's not where I thought I saw this going.
Yeah.
But, hey, I'll go along for the ride.
I'll play along.
I'm still going to watch it.
And I guess like a lot of the feedback that we're getting from like super fans is like, and we'll talk more about it in spoilers, is like some things that are said in this movie don't make sense to what happens later in Harry Potter world.
Right.
So,
well, I'm going to need you two for that because...
We'll help you out, buddy. We've got you.
Thank you so much.
But overall, man, I thought this movie was it was a visual feast.
Oh.
Okay.
Visual feast. I mean...
And an actual feast.
Yes, absolutely. Because it
was a boner feast with Jude Law.
Indeed it was. Oh, it was a smorgasbord, if you know what I mean. But overall, I mean, like the story was very, very generic.
Yeah.
There seemed to be too much going on.
Yeah.
With no real results.
I would disagree.
You reckon?
Yeah. I would say that for 2.5 hours, there was nothing going on. Like visually spectacular.
Yeah.
I get it. But the actual story, if you break it down to its bare bones, was literally... I don't even know if I can really talk about it without sort of going into spoilers, but it's kind of like Johnny Depp getting prepped for a speech.
Yes.
And
that's it.
Some kid trying to find out who his mum is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what this story is about.
Yeah. And it took 2.5 hours to get there, I guess.
Yeah. And the pacing was very off because it would have that story going on, but then it would also have Newt's story going on.
There was a lot happening.
Yeah. Like there was a lot happening, but there was nothing happening, if that kind of makes sense.
But look, but that said, I did enjoy it, and I think I enjoyed it more so because it was visually spectacular.
Yeah.
Like it does look very good, but as far as the actual, like I could have lived without it. This isn't a movie for me, but I think like fans might, have a lot to kind of really sort of get into.
Yeah, I mean, this movie really gives you nothing in the sense of it builds the world until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a lot to go through for what might not be what you think it is.
I think it's hard too because the first film was very sort of gave you so much information and in a very good way because we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Now we're trying to pull these characters in to set up the next 3 movies, and it's kind of a little bit of a schmozzle.
Yeah. Also, a bit of a lack of beasts, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, the first film was actually called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
This one is actually focusing on the crimes of Grindelwald.
I know, but it's still called Fantastic Beasts.
It is.
And
There
I
were
want to see
beasts.
some fantastic
feasts.
I want to see some fantastic feasts. And all we got is that big fucking cat thing.
The cat dragon
thing.
Yes.
What's that called? No one knows.
Azufu or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. That thing was rad AF.
It was cool.
He rode it through the city.
Yeah, that was a bit...
That was
I feel like amazing.
No, I feel like it went from super angry at the world to his best friend
because he released it from his
quickly.
chains.
And that's what Newt's all about. He has these special
He's a
connections.
magizoologist.
Hey,
yeah.
He's never met a monster he couldn't love.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, but I just want to see more beasts.
Yeah.
We got
okay.
a bit of time in the suitcase. I just wanted more time in the suitcase.
Okay.
I'm still amazed, like, how that suitcase can have so much in it. I know it's all magical and stuff.
It's
but
magic, Kate.
Yeah, but it seems like you should have to have a limit on this magic.
Negative.
Because it's almost like every suitcase could just be another world.
Oh, you have to have it like properly, like Hermione's bag in Harry Potter. You store all this stuff in Mary Poppins' bag, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's got to have an enchantment and stuff over it.
Yeah. So it's not an entire universe.
But
like there's
it
a
almost
lake
seems
and
like
a
it could
hill in
be.
the background and stuff
It's just
like
like
that.
the little bell on the cat's collar in Bloody Men in Black.
Well, that's too far, Amy. That's
Okay,
ridiculous.
How dare you compare this to Men in Black?
Black.
Like, Men in Black
It's
was
the first thing that came to my head
nonsense.
when you said universe. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I see there's no limit into that part of the magical world. It's
Yeah.
like, because Newt's suitcase has like an ocean in it.
Yeah.
It has like fields and everything, and it's like, mate, why don't you just live down there?
Yeah,
like
never
all
come
your
out.
animals do.
because I think it would be limited. You know what I mean?
Would it though?
Well, he probably does spend most of his time there. That's
True.
why he's such
I
a
would.
weird nerd.
Yeah.
I do want to say this though. Struggled to like the character of Newt Scamander.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I was the same.
Just more so, I feel like from the first movie, I probably liked him a lot more. There was just something about him in the second one where I'm like, you know
Was
what?
it his
It's just-
indecisiveness? Because that annoyed me.
yeah, it was a bit of that, and it was. Here's my thing, right? Nobody seems to know magic real well. because
Fucking float.
yeah, basically. But they can do all these fantastic things, and then it's kind of like, oh, okay, so now we're being attacked. I know block. You know what I mean? And that's kind of it. Like you're telling me that, and I can't get into it too much, right? But there's a thing that happens, and everyone's kind of will say they're getting attacked, and they're just like, well, yep, I learnt block back in school, so I'm going to use block attack.
Charizard, use block.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I guess it all comes down to like what their education is with the magic, though.
And some of them weren't even doing stuff.
Just running.
They were just like, I'm just going to run. I learnt running in school too. I'm going to use that instead.
I was really good at PE.
Yeah, it's like, you've got these people who are like auras and stuff like that who are, you would assume, supposed to be pretty good at magic.
They are, yes.
And it's just like, yep, don't know what's going on here. I'm going to do block, and then I'm going to run a bit, and then I'm going to use block again.
And then I might die.
I might die, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So that I was a bit kind of weirded out how even Newt didn't really do anything like spectacular at any point. I guess the only thing he really did was, you know what? He didn't even do that.
Yeah.
It was the goddamn Niffler
It was-
that sniffed everything out.
Well, that's
So,
it.
He's the real MVP. I said that when I walked out. The Niffler,
Definitely.
Yeah.
best part of the
Unsung
movie.
hero.
Yeah.
Unsung hero. But
He
that's
hurt
kind of
his
what this
little
whole...
foot too.
Oh, don't remind me.
Poor
Oh,
Niffler.
God, I hate it when animals get hurt.
Same.
Even fake ones.
Take the wizards, leave
Yeah.
the Niffler.
Kill all the people.
Anyway, sorry.
one
But,
like one prayer. We get it.
Everyone in this movie really had nothing. It was all just a bunch of people not doing much all the way through.
Yeah.
So,
I think my thing is I sort of know where it's going.
yeah.
So it's very easy for me to be like, that makes sense. That's why.
Okay,
I don't need you
yeah.
on the screen very long. Get off now. I understand. Or whatever.
Well,
Fair.
I think we also need to realize that if this is number 2 in a 5-story kind of universe, then there's only so much they can really give us.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Rather
Yeah.
than like you are going to get some of these things. Which imagine this was a filler episode of your favorite TV show.
That's right.
But okay,
But movies shouldn't be filler.
no, they shouldn't. Not when it costs over
$200.
$60 for 2 goddamn people to go to the movies. So okay, quick thoughts, Amy. Hit, shit, or split?
Hit.
Okay,
Hit.
I'm going to say I'm going to be split.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
be honest
that's
with you. But we'll get into some spoilers now, so we can really get into it because I do have some questions.
Okay.
So spoiler talk is now, you guys. If you haven't seen it,
Catch you later. Holy crap. How more savage is this universe at the moment?
Very.
it's like it went real dark.
It
Real
went
quick.
real dark real quick.
They
And-
said that too when they were like bringing out promos for it. They're like, prepare yourself for a bit of a darker universe. I was like, give me that.
Yeah,
Give me that now.
That's what I want. Man, I know what it is. I just love these dark universes. Man, make that shit happen. I want like some evil shit going on.
A baby died.
I didn't think they were going to do it.
Neither.
And that was like the turning point in that movie.
I was like, holy fuck.
I was
like, you know what? Fuck that baby.
Yeah.
Well, the whole
I
thing
don't know that baby. I don't know him.
No, and like that's terrible. But I guess what my point is more that the whole point of Harry Potter was that Voldemort couldn't kill a baby.
Yeah.
And I know it was like, I know it had a thing. So I think it's kind of like, you know,
Justice.
it's a little wink to that.
Yeah,
It's
it
kind of
has
like,
to be.
this is how you kill a baby.
Yeah,
just
you
kill
get
it.
someone
It's
else
just a
to do
baby.
it. You make friends with the baby and then you leave and someone else does it.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's it. And it seems like the magic, how you said earlier, like people don't know magic very well, but then also people seem to know magic extremely well.
Yeah, and they don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Just like fucking green light.
Green light,
Green
dead
light.
light.
Yeah.
Dead.
You dead.
Yeah. So like not having to say the avocado curse.
Yeah, cadaver.
Cadaver. What did I say?
Avocado.
The avocado.
Avocado.
The avocado curse.
Avocado.
I mean, we all know
That
that
was green.
Yeah.
That was close. You
Yeah.
can see how I got that mixed up.
Yeah, totally.
We know that that wizards and witches can do magic without having to actually recite anything, but it just felt like there was a lot of it.
Yeah.
Always. Like no one. Did anyone? I think Newt said Accio like twice.
Yeah, and so did I think Tina said it, or she said Lumos.
Yeah.
Once, and then Lita Lestrange said
turn around.
turn around.
Yeah.
And whatever the magic word of that is. But it was like
Something.
circumcise.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Exactly.
So I think the like the real basic spells, it's like people are like, all right, well, we got to say the name.
Yeah.
But it's like when they're like actually killing people and stuff like that, it's like, nah, nothing.
Don't need
No,
it.
they did
I'm pretty
have to-
disappointed no one was yelling out block when they were blocking.
Shield.
Block.
Shield.
Block. Defense.
Fucking block. Fucking block. Dead.
Dead. Block. Dead. Block.
They did have to say, and I can't even remember, I should have looked this up. Because I couldn't hear. It was all happening so quickly when they had to stick their wands in the dirt and make the big shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like a fire sort of thing. And I was like, that's good that all of them then had to say that.
Yeah.
But until then, we'd heard Accio and Lumos.
Yeah.
Maybe Expelliarmus.
I feel like, what if you were sick the day they taught that at like the defense school?
just stick your wand
You're
in
just
the
like-
dirt and be like, all right.
And
off
then
you
you
go.
break
What's
your
happening?
wand?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's concrete. Oops.
Oh shit! I
My
fucked
bad.
up.
Can we just talk about for a sec how, because I guess my whole point with that is they are supposed to be really good magicians.
Yeah.
Like they're all supposed to be
Wizards.
Whatever. The magicians.
Magicians, Troy. They're
It's
not
like-
doing tricks for
David
children.
Blaine. David Blaine was there. And that other guy, Penn and Teller. But, okay, wizards. They're all supposed to be really good wizards. But yeah, it just seemed like no one was actually like doing any real spectacular magic.
Yeah. It seemed like everyone was thrown by Johnny Depp.
Well, even Johnny Depp was just like, well, here's a fucking whole bunch of blue flame, mate. And it's like,
It was
And eat
very
my
powerful
shit.
though, and it was like it was essentially
that what he said?
yeah, eat my
Yeah.
shit.
and just lit everyone up.
yeah.
But it seemed like essentially that curse was that fire curse was to kind of null and void the non-believers. So like if you believed in the cause, you could walk through it unharmed.
Yeah, okay. So I've got 1,000 questions.
Fire
about
him
all
out.
of that.
Let's go.
All right, okay. So we're in spoilers, right?
Yes.
So Lita Lestrange effectively sacrifices herself.
Dumb, but yes.
For what?
Exactly.
What did she do? Nothing. Because old mate still had to block the entire time.
And then run.
And then run, block and run. Classic
Combo.
classic Hogwarts combo.
No, they didn't all go to Hogwarts.
Oh, okay.
So just classic wizard
Well,
combo.
I thought so Newt did. And I
Newt
thought,
did.
What's his brother's name?
Theseus.
Yeah.
Theseus did.
Theseus did.
He's a dick of a brother, isn't he? It
He's
seems
alright.
like they were good, but then they're not good.
Yes, it probably will be revealed.
Yes.
Later.
Oh, okay. But so, what was the entire point of that?
Yeah.
Fuck all.
I thought the same thing. I was like,
and
that was
she's
a waste.
probably somewhat powerful, you would assume.
She is. She's very
Yeah.
powerful.
So, and then it's just like, hey, I could stick around and we could like get together and fight this dude and like take him down. But it's like, nah, I'm just going to do this instead.
And pretend. Jokes.
I'm just going to die. And you guys are still going to get stuffed up by this, blue flame.
And I don't know if it was the fact. I thought on that later, and then I'm like, maybe she just had enough. Nobody liked her
Yeah.
in the wizarding world.
She did have a
killed her
tragic
brother.
story.
Sorry. Newt liked her.
Newt liked her, but that
and
wasn't enough.
Theseus was going to marry her.
That was it. Just those two.
Just those two.
Did you get the
I've only
feeling
got two
that
people that like me, I think.
Yeah, off you go into the flame.
All right.
But it seemed like Newt, she wanted to be with Newt more than the actual brother.
Yeah, there's a very checkered past.
Yeah.
Between the three of them. So, I mean, this isn't like not knowledge for everyone, but she's actually the reason Newt got kicked out of Hogwarts.
Oh, okay.
It was her fault. She was practicing with this animal, trying to do stuff, went wrong. Student's life got endangered. Newt took the blame.
Right.
And was expelled. Then Lita and Theseus got close, engaged, and it was just all a shit show.
Wow.
Nice. It's a
So
bit of a shit
set
show.
that scene.
So she's pretty savage. Like, considering she did that.
She killed her brother.
She killed her brother. Like, when I saw that scene, I was like...
Okay, in her defense,
Yes.
she didn't know it was going to die.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
but-
She just wanted some rest.
And I can understand that.
Yeah.
Baby's crying.
Okay, to someone who's had a screaming baby.
I
Yeah.
can't condone
I
it.
wouldn't swap it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like maybe she was just like, this is my way out.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows?
Like,
But
imagine living that on your soul your
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
life.
that'd be pretty rough.
It'd be shit. Was that to Titanic?
Yeah, that was the Titanic.
as they were sinking down, I was like, oh, where's Celine Dion?
Just
Come
in the
on.
background, you could see Rose
Yeah.
just hogging that fucking door.
Oh my
In the
God.
background, you see Rose and she's like kicking
Kicking
him.
him.
Kicking Leo off. Yeah. There's not enough room, Leo.
the fuck
I'll never
off
let
here.
you go, jerk.
I like to lay on my back. Jesus.
I like to spread out. Yeah,
Anyway.
so moving
She
on.
died. Yeah, I thought it was a bit of an unnecessary sacrifice too.
Yeah. And that kind of made her... Oh, is it a squid?
Which one?
When
What's a squid?
No powers. Yeah.
No. Sorry. What's the thing you see when...
Bogart.
Bogart, yeah.
Closet.
It was interesting to see like what hers was. I couldn't really figure it out. And then...
Baby.
Oh, that's a dead baby.
Savage.
It's a dead baby.
That's like...
This movie had two
Two
dead babies.
Man, that's record setting.
savage.
That's too many dead babies.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Exactly.
I have another question.
Yes.
It comes from
Hang on. How's the Harry Potter world going to kill two babies, but the Walking Dead ain't going to kill one?
Yeah, look.
Sort your shit out.
They didn't kill the main one, I guess, in Harry Potter.
Hey,
Well, they tried.
look, just be thankful that they didn't kill that baby, because then we wouldn't have like kick-ass Judith,
Yeah.
who's like 11, which I don't buy, but that's fine. So my other question is, right? Help me
Okay.
with this.
If I can.
Yeah. So opening scene,
Yes.
all about Johnny Depp escaping from Johnny Depp jail.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was great, right? But if he could just disguise himself as that other guy, why didn't he just go home at the end of his shift? Like, what was the whole point of like having a hang off the end of the goddamn fucking like that sky thing?
Well,
Oh, the
because
tower.
The
Oh,
sky carriage.
so he wanted to get that guy out too. So
So he risked everything
Yeah.
for Snake Tongue guy.
but
Yeah.
not his
Abernathy
friend
or whatever his
Angelo.
name is.
Fucking
No.
threw Angelo out the door.
Yeah, exactly. So do you know what I mean, though? Like,
Yeah.
if you could just like dress yourself up as a guy, just go home.
well,
At the
he
end of the day,
obviously
just
sees
take his car.
Yeah, but they see use in the guy. So-
Probably, but what? Okay, if that's fine, what the fuck did that dude do for the rest of the movie?
Just sit
Nothing.
there like a little snake.
You know what I mean? Like, he could literally have kept his wand, right, and kept his little like blood packed jewelry.
Yes.
And just gone. Well, yeah, we found this as well. It's like, just keep it and just take it home, mate. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
just go home.
Just get rid of
He's
it.
all about the
Just clock off.
and psychoness, I
Look,
guess. let's say.
I get it if there's a point to keeping that guy around, but ultimately could have just gone home.
Yeah,
Could have just clocked
But
off.
it made for a very cool scene.
it did.
Oh, the whole thing was great.
Yeah.
But hey, probably the least I've hated Johnny Depp in a while.
Actually, me
I was,
too.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
I'm going to go on the record and say I kind of enjoyed him.
Even though he was basically just being Johnny Depp, and you're like, oh, but he had a British accent. Watch a Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah.
He's fucking always got a British accent.
Yep.
Where is Johnny Depp from? I know it's America, but why is he faking it?
I don't know.
Neither. I don't make a point of doing any Googling of Johnny Depp.
Well, it's more okay if Johnny Depp is just in a straight role, which never happens. It used to. Normal voice.
Yeah.
Anytime he has to put some sort of prosthetic on his face.
Yeah, I'm
Different
English.
British guy.
Yeah.
I'm a British dude.
But yeah, I didn't mind after the first movie. I was like, they should have not had Johnny Depp. We should have just kept Colin Farrell.
Colin
Farrell the whole time.
Yeah.
He plays a great villain. But then I walked into this. I'm like, you know what?
I dig it.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So I think they had to do some major work to make him a likable villain.
Yeah. And he didn't actually say a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
In the movie.
And it just kind of showed the motives that, like, what one man can start kind of really shows what Voldemort could do later on in those Harry Potter movies.
When this all sort of...
I feel like Grindelwald has done more
Yeah.
in 2 movies than Voldemort did
In his whole life.
in his whole
So
entire
when we
career.
get to the end of these movies, Voldemort will be graduating from Hogwarts.
Yeah,
So,
right.
like, it's going to be very interesting to see...
See that.
How that happens.
Here's the thing. Question.
Yeah.
Question time.
Keep going. Keep them coming. This is great.
What was the point of Nicholas Flamel? Was it just to say, oh, I know that from the books?
Yeah. And some of the things he said, like, I'm an alchemist, therefore I'm immortal. Wrong.
Whoa. Is that wrong?
Well, he's immortal because he has the Philosopher's Stone.
But he doesn't have it anymore.
That's right. He's dead now in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I was kind of like, I didn't get it either.
And that's when he opens the thing and...
And I don't know if it was to get that book of telephoning people into the story or...
Just a phone book.
Yeah, it literally is. But then that sort of comes back to Dumbledore's army later in the sort of piece,
right.
I guess. So I'm still a bit, I don't really know on that too.
Because he's like, oh, I haven't seen action in
200 years.
200 years. And he goes there and he's like, stick your wands in the ground, you fucks.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Fucking fire! Block. But yeah. No, I don't actually, I'm not sure. And I haven't...
I guess, I guess for me, I was just expecting more. Like I was expecting something spectacular because it's like, oh my god, like we've heard about this guy, we know he's like amazing, we know he had the Philosopher's Stone and all the other shit that he's done, and it's like here he is, and it's like, oh, now we don't see him again, and then he's like, stick your sticks in the ground.
Yeah, he just rocks up. Oh my god, that's a fucking big dragon.
So I was a bit.
He was a bit creepy too. How he sort of came in. I was like, bah!
Yeah,
I was trying to. I fucking swear to God, excuse my language, but I swear I was trying to figure out if that was goddamn Johnny Depp in prosthetics.
Oh my god!
It wasn't.
Wow.
It was, but it was like
Same hairdo.
Hey, here's like a crazy character, and it's obviously like got makeup and stuff on. I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Depp's like, well, I'll fucking do it. Like
I got my accent ready.
I'll give it a shot. But they didn't. I was let down a little bit.
All right. Now, I want to talk about a couple of like the couples that we got in this movie because it seems to be like a theme throughout this movie is couples. So let's talk about Jacob and Queenie.
Yeah,
right.
Queenie.
Hashtag fuck Queenie.
Look, I feel like...
I see where she's coming from.
I feel like there's more to her story.
Whatever, Wizard Hitler.
No, it's the opposite.
No, mate.
Because she's been persecuted like this whole time, and she's like, well, you can't be with that guy you love because that's wrong, right? Which is wrong.
Yeah.
But then, Johnny Depp...
she's like, let's go control all of them.
But Johnny Depp's like, hey, I'm
Not
all
wrong.
about free love, baby. It's like,
Even though
love
I
is love.
also want to kill everyone.
I want to kill everyone, but hey, you can marry whoever you want.
I feel
come to
like-
my
I'm
side.
going to kill him.
I feel like there's more to it. Like, I don't know, it was very convenient how Grindelwald found her, gave her this tea. The teapot kept wanting to give her tea. And then as soon as his crony sort of touched Queenie's shoulder...
Oh, you think she's like poisoned or something like that?
Well, no, we know that like Queenie is she can read everyone's minds, and we know from the Harry Potter universe that people can block that. Like Snape tries to teach Harry occlumency or whatever it's called. So I'm like, what's going on here? Because never once does she try and read their minds.
Yeah.
Until Credence at the end, and he's like, "Oi, listen in. What's he thinking?"
Yeah.
So I don't really know, but I have high hopes for her. I hope. Look, I wouldn't like to be called crazy neither. So
yeah, that was a bit rough.
And like
fucking Jacob, go back to your pipe.
He didn't even say it, mate. He just thought it.
No, he said it at the end.
At the end, he yelled at her,
did.
"You're
Yeah.
crazy!"
Crazy. And she's like, well, fuck you then,
I'm
guy.
coming for you, motherfucker.
This guy, he never called me crazy. So yeah, I don't know. It's a very weird dynamic, and I hope we find out.
Let's
why.
talk about the snake lady.
Okay, Credence and Nagini.
Okay. Oh, we're doing couples still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're still...
We'll talk about the snake
Yeah.
lady while we talk about this.
So Credence is kind of like just falling around town. Who am
But
I?
he can control it now.
Yeah.
He can control the Obscurus.
Which was pretty cool.
That was
Yeah.
very cool. That means he's like next level powerful
Yeah.
in this
That's
universe.
the whole point. We'll see that fucking missile thing he shot at the
Could have
end.
blown up a town. Who
Yeah.
knows what
It
was
blew
on
up a
top
whole
of that?
freaking mountain. There's like some goat,
He's like fucking Magic Iron Man.
some rando goat just like climbing up the side of this mountain like, oh, I want that branch.
That looks like a nice branch. Dead. Fucking dead.
Dead. But Yeah, so he is. He was. His story was stupid.
Yes.
And
it was.
It came to a head, sure, 2.5 hours later, or should I say 4 to 5 hours later, because it was kind of that in the first movie as well.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really know who he was, but
this was his journey to find
this
himself.
was his journey to find out. It was kind of really just like, well, you know, are you my mum?
Are you my mother?
To
You know,
the
that
little French
bird
lady.
Yeah.
To the little French lady. And
to the lamp. Are you my mum? To the curtains. Are you my mum?
Yeah.
To the fucking statues.
And he never found out who his mum was. But he just knew what his name was.
That's
and
right.
we don't even know if that's real, but we'll get to that in a sec.
Nagini. You want to talk about?
Yeah.
How cool was
What's
this?
her deal?
She's a maledictus. So she's
what?
So you know
She has a maledictus.
Yep, she's got a big old dick.
Oh wow.
That's not what we were saying.
You know, in the Harry Potter movies, she's a snake. She's,
Yeah.
Never was it ever sort of
Implied that she was a
she
person.
was ever a human.
Yeah.
But JK Rowling has come out and said, you know, a maledictus is a blood curse that only females like inherit from their mother. And it's different to an animagus, which is like Professor McGonagall, who can change into a cat.
Yeah.
They have full free will. You can just stay in it for as long as you want. You can come out whenever you want.
Yeah.
A maledictus is cursed to change when she wants, and then she'll forever be stuck.
Yeah, cool. So when does she turn bad then?
Well, that's what I'm interested in, because now she's kind of good.
She was good.
Yeah.
There was no doubt that at the end of that movie, she's like, I'm one of the good guys. Because she's like, don't go with that dude. He's fucked. And she was with all the rest of them. She was like a dead set good guy. But some point in the next 40 years, something goes wrong for her. She probably just becomes a snake for good. And it's like, well, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, and
hang out with this bald dude.
And she eventually becomes a Horcrux. Like, her soul gets so tainted by Voldemort and all that stuff that she's like the big bad, kills people for him.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So it's a real big turn for her. So I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Me too, because that's something I don't really know.
Yeah,
it's nice. And I think that's why I'm loving these movies, is because you can read all of the Harry Potter books, see the films, and you're like, I understand. Whereas now there's a gap, and it's intriguing me.
Who else we got, pal?
Let's talk about the big one.
Tina and Newt.
No.
Nothing.
No, nothing. You didn't feel that one?
Johnny Depp and that French lady.
No.
The bitch lady.
Whoa.
Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Oh, yeah, of course.
How could you think of anything else?
Oh, I thought you were going to Newt and Tina. I'm like,
I didn't buy it. Okay, let's quickly talk about it.
So, not a spoiler alert, because if you did any Googling of anything about the movie, you know that Newt and Tina do get married and they have kids. And one of their kids...
Spoilers, mate.
I said spoilers.
Yeah.
Shut your ears off. Did you have any doubts that that's where it was going to go?
No.
Anyway, but fun fact, if we want to have a fun fact, one of their kid marries Luna Lovegood.
Oh.
And they have kids. Anyway, back to it. I don't know. It was a bit high school for me.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like her trying to act very professional, like calling him,
Mr. Scamander.
Yeah. And he's just like, Tina.
Tina, you fat lard, eat the hat.
She was here. And then he's like licking the ground. And it's like, come on, man.
But he's very weird. You saw that in the first one with that weird ass dance he did to the rhinos. So I kind of like that they kept the weirdness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strained relationship. And it sounds like they were writing letters from a little bit of their interactions. You put in the letter that you don't like auras. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
So what's been happening there? So I don't know. We'll find out. It wasn't a pivotal thing for the movie.
But the whole thing was like brought down by a misprint in like a newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's just like,
no.
Well, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Take your salamanders and leave.
If I've never seen an overreaction in my life, that is one
like
there.
Not call the dude and go, hey, buddy, like,
buddy, old pal,
what's going on? Like, is this?
I know
a thing?
you can't
and
travel, but I can.
He'd be like, oh no, that's this, and it's like, oh cool, we still be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
Next, let's talk about Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Yeah, so they have a very, very checkered past.
Yeah. How about the fact that, you guys are close as brothers, and he's like, closer. And it's like, can you have it any more on the nose?
because they had a blood pact.
Exactly. Sorry. But there is stipulation that Dumbledore had romantic feelings for him. He came into Dumbledore's life at like a very sort of turning point, I guess, when they were 18 or whatever, so... I don't know, he kind of clung on, is what I'm gathering. It's not confirmed, so who knows.
Do you think there were a couple.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I feel like Dumbledore harbored something.
Yeah, I think it might have been like a one-way sort of like an unrequited
admiration.
love sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
But
Because it's
definitely
like, it's
not.
common knowledge that Dumbledore is gay. So
well, it was only ever said after the fact when JK Rowling had written all the books.
And he was like, actually, he's
Dumbledore's gay.
yeah.
And so now, like it. Look, they probably are playing to that, and that's fine. But I think what they were getting at with that is that
The blood pact.
was the blood pact. Was that we're closer,
Which is
than
very
that
cool.
because- yeah,
I
That
kinda
is
like
very
that.
cool.
so we've done this thing that means that we've made a vow to each other that we'll never punch on,
Yeah.
which we haven't made, mate.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Get this microphone out of my way.
Fight. Ding, ding, ding. But yeah, their relationship is one I'm very interested to see because I know the end of it and I know the start of it. So
Yeah. See, well, Grindelwald, as it were, Johnny Depp,
Vold.
was all about so Credence is the only one that's strong enough to
kill Dumbledore.
to kill Dumbledore.
And I don't know if that's purely because he's an obscurial or if he's going to play to the fact that it's your family.
Yeah.
And the way I'm tying this together is when Grindelwald and Dumbledore had their falling out, the duel that ensued killed Dumbledore's sister.
Yes.
So I'm thinking possibly having his brother there,
Right.
maybe setting it up. I don't really know.
Well, let's talk about that for a sec.
Yeah.
Aurelius Dumbledore. That's Credence,
Yeah.
apparently. Do you think that's actually Aurelius Dumbledore?
I hope it is, because if it's not and they've just dropped this bombshell and then they're like, jokes, I'll be pissed.
Well, just kind of using it to, because we know that Grindelwald is the man with the silver tongue, and can manipulate people to do sort of anything really. So could it not just be
It could be.
because realistically, I've got no proof of this thing.
Yeah.
But hey, you're actually the Rocks kid, mate.
Except
So-
for the Forks. Except for the Forks. Except for the Phoenix, which I hope is Forks.
But
He's just got this set of
Yeah.
forks.
look, it has your name engraved on there. It's like it's
They say
yours.
These are yours.
They sit with the
obviously.
fancy teaspoons
Yep.
in the tea set. No, but
the
he's-
Phoenix.
The
But-
Phoenix.
But could not Grindelwald,
No, I do
Whatever.
the same thing.
Johnny Depp, couldn't Johnny Depp just make that happen?
That's what
Don't
I
you think?
reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where everyone's kind of at. They're like, everyone's divided on, is it true? Is it not true?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that it's sort of split the nation.
Yeah, I
How's
like
that?
it.
Well,
it's-
look, you
it's-
saw the
it's
reviews.
split- Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's like causing all the controversy about this movie is like, is this true or not?
Yeah.
So
Imagine being JK Rowling sitting in her little tower like, fuck everything.
I don't even know what's happening.
yeah, she's like, I've written 2 versions.
It's like, I'm just making
I'm going
this
to
shit
burn
up.
one and release the other.
Yeah. It's like one of those choose your own adventures.
Yeah.
Like Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Oh,
like Goosebumps,
so
but
good.
also the choose your own adventure books.
Oh, okay.
no,
Sorry.
Goosebumps.
Probably a little bit older.
Yeah, I never read them.
Yeah, because they're older, Amy.
okay.
We get it. I'm older than you. Fine. But
They were on cassettes.
yeah, that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's just like, I don't know where I'm going. Roll a dice.
We'll
go to
see.
page 24.
Yeah.
Enter the cave.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
So yeah, do you think it's the truth or do you think it's a big fat lie?
I don't really know, but I'm kind of swaying to I hope it is.
Yeah.
But then it kind of makes me wonder, that means then the Dumbledore family would have one confirmed obscurial and one kind of obscurial
Yeah.
in Ariana. So I'm like,
Ariana Grande.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
she's-
next.
Yeah.
Just watched the video clip for that today.
Fabulous.
Amazing.
No.
No, it's amazing.
We are talking about goddamn fantastic. I made one goddamn reference. We are not going to start talking about Ariana Grande
So-
film clips.
I'm sitting on I hope it's true, but I
Yeah.
don't really know.
Yeah, I feel like if it is true, they have some like writing to do to try
Yeah.
to correct Harry Potter lore. Because as we know, there's one brother, one sister, and that is it. Mm-hmm. So
Interesting.
Yeah. But there is a Phoenix, so...
Yeah, I'm going to go with true.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. I want it.
I think there's more than like one family that can have a phoenix, though.
Yeah, but I think they've really played to the sort of... So prophecies are a big thing in the universe. Like the whole Harry Potter world was set on a prophecy. This has got this prophecy of this book that everyone seems to have read.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Taito Benedict? I don't know. I can't even remember. But I'm like, where the fuck's this book come from?
Yeah. And it's like, have you read this? And he's like, oh, yes, I read it once. And it's like,
Back in my yesteryears.
Back in my day. Well, none of us have, mate, so we don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. Maybe we'll find that out later. Look, we
Hopefully.
probably do need to wrap this up. Getting a bit long in the tooth, like Dumbledore himself.
Hot Dumbledore.
Hot Dumbledore. Overall, we've said what we think. Amy, you're a hit.
Yep.
Cade, you're a hit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm a hit. Yep.
I'm still gonna say split. Like I still had fun with it. Like I thought it was fine. I think visually spectacular. I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't really get much of a story.
What do you want from the next one? Like, summarize it real quick.
For me, get me some more goddamn beasts, and get me some more magic than block, and block and disappear,
dead. Block and dead,
block and
disapparate.
dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amy,
I want to know a little bit more about the Dumbledore history.
Yeah.
And also Nagini, because those are two things I don't know. So I'd love to know more.
Yeah, I want to find out more about Nagini because I want to see what's going to turn her, like, it's, to such a dark soul.
Yeah.
And I want some more one-on-one wizard battles.
yeah.
Well,
that'd be
there'll be one. Don't you worry.
good. Ooh,
so just
spoilers for the
listen.
future. That's probably going to be goddamn movie 5.
Yeah, no, it'll be movie 6
You'll have
because
to
I'll
wait
split
years.
it.
Yeah, they'll split it.
They probably will.
Don't.
They will.
The last thing I wanted to say though was how cool was it to see Hogwarts again?
Oh, did
Yeah,
you
it's
get
pretty
chills?
I got the goosebumps.
Yes, me
Proper.
too.
Did they played the Hogwarts music, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
It was
So
great.
good.
That's my final thought. Finishing on it. There you go. Saw Hogwarts.
Also, when does Hot Jude Law ditch the suits and go for the fucking weird ass robes?
The colourful robes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does that happen? Is that in the books?
Look, I look back on photos of myself from 10 years
That's
ago.
true.
I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
No, but it's the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like
Maybe he hates it when he gets old. He's like, what was I doing wearing those
Yeah. What
was I-
adorable suits?
those beautiful, sexy 3-piece tailored suits. Look at this fucking robe. It's amazing.
Yeah. He reaches the age where he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't even wear underwear under there. That's why. He can just free ball.
It's basically it's like the Harry Potter world's fucking bathrobe.
Yep.
It's just Dumbledore just can't be fucked getting dressed. Like, I'm going to
Excellent.
chuck this thing on.
It's just he's
Dick
more,
hanging out.
more powerful than that Dumble dick.
Dumble dick.
Maledictus.
Well, that's the show for this week, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, oh my god, I'm killing it. What are the 3 things people can do if they enjoyed the show, Trey?
3 things you can do is you can go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating and review. It's one of the best things you can do for us.
That is the best thing.
You can go to patreon.com/ComicConPod and sign up to become a Patreon to help support the show on a monthly basis from as little as $1 per month, that is. And you can share the show around social media with your friends, with your dogs, with your cats, with your
With your
Snakes.
Naginis.
snakes, with your Naginis.
Yep.
You just get it out there.
Yep.
Get it into anyone's ears.
Just share it
that'll
with one
listen.
person this week.
Do it.
One person.
Go do it. We'll be back next week. Something's happening.
I can't remember what it is, but it's probably something
Don't
good.
have the thing in front of me, but that's fine. And in the meantime, you can join us on the conversation at various social media outlets, which are what, Cade?
I'm going to tell one this week. Just one. And that's the Comic Confidential listener community on Facebook. Simply search that, answer one question. What's the name of our podcast?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you're
I
in.
thought you were asking me. I'm like,
See, maybe that's where we're confusing people.
why?
No.
No,
don't
I
think
just
so?
wasn't listening.
Yeah.
That was my
if it's
own
confusing, the answer is Comic Confidential.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all you
in
gotta
the
do.
name of the group.
It's in the name of the group.
fault. 2 words, very easy.
Yeah, so if you're a bot, man, just
Get.
Yeah.
Just go away,
Dead.
you goddamn bot guy. We get
fucking dead.
We get
Fucking dead.
dozens a day.
Oh,
All
It's
they
insane.
do is
let's leave it for a week, and then we'll post the best responses in our group.
Yeah, well, we're
from
up
the
to
robots.
21 in a day.
Oh,
So
Mine was
we'll
going
leave
hectic.
it, and we'll see. So that is it. I'm going to wrap it up. We're done here.
Yeah, we're done.
We're all done.
We're
No one
all
wants to say
done.
anything. Amy's
Let's go.
Potterheads is coming.
Yeah, it is. It's coming. I promise.
Excellent.
I promise too.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. As always, I'm Troy.
I'm Cade.
And I'm Amy for
And-
once.
Hey,
Hey,
this
for
guy.
once.
Adam.
Adam, sorry. I can't even remember my own name.
And this has been Comic Confidential, a pop culture podcast.
Cheers.
Block.
Fucking dead.
Dead. Oh, good times.
Good times. Guys, I didn't cough up a lung.
No,
Nice.
you did good.
Nice.
Now
you
you
do
can
it now.
Do it
Yeah.
now.
This is the outro part.
Yeah.
You're going to have to burn this microphone.
No, I'll put like a marker on it. Amy's mic only.
Oh,
And
my
then we'll
germs.
give it
I
to
bet you I
people.
get that next
Yeah,
week.
then I'll give it to Troy.
And then you'll be Well, you're already a boy, so you need a deeper name than Troy.
Troy.
Terry.
Trevor.
No,
Terry's good.
Terry, yeah, Tezza.
Tez's a tough cunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's going to happen.
Hey, bye.
Good to see you.
Bye.
If you love this podcast, then head over to comicconpod.com to check out the other incredible shows on our network.
Whether you love comedy, pop culture, or movie and TV reviews, CC Radio has got you covered.